Hi, this is Balázs from Alpha Forever Modular. I'm half of the team, and this is AFNoding. This is our 25th episode, and I'm proud that we made this so far. And to celebrate this number, we are going to create a patch that is close to the preset that we have in Alpha Forever, which is called instrument, string, physical modeling, string legato, physical modeling, string and pitch. We're going pitch, polyphone. So it's going to be a polyphonic string. In this episode, we are going to create a polyphonic version of this string, and maybe a bit simplified, maybe a bit easier to understand, or just a cleaned up version. I don't know. It's not going to be exactly the same, but I hope that it will sound nice. And for starters, we are going to have 3 blocks here. One is going to be called contact. One is going to be called the string, and one is going to be the body. And the function is pretty clean, that the bow contacts the string resonates, and the body resonates. So there's some sound coming from the body as well, which modifies the sound. And let's start with the contact. For the contact, we will use a noise. A white noise, and we are going to check if it's above some threshold level. So if it's if the string is in a specified distance from its center point, then we are going to output 1. So we tell that it should jump back, because its friction doesn't allow it to go further. And we are just simulating this with white noise now. And we are going to create a trigger here. Track it with a change like this. And if this happens, then I can show it on a scope what's happening, and we are going to have an output, and then we will work further on this thing. I create a gain in here because in the end we wanna have some control on the volume, and I create 2 outputs and a con node here, so we can connect anything using one connection. So if I connect this guy here, we don't hear anything, but actually we have this noise here, and if I set this to a higher value, actually if I create an op, then it's easier to follow. So you can see that if I change this B value, the density of the noise changes. So this is pretty dense, this is not so dense. And instead of this kind of plex, we want to have a ramp. And the speed of the ramp is going to match the speed of the frequency. So, and what we are going to use for this is going to be something like a car plus strong resonator. So I create a patch for this, and I'm going to call this KS. And it's going to need an input. It's going to have an output. And inside it will have a delay. And we will feed back the output of the delay into the input. And we are going to multiply it by a value, which is going to be called feedback. And to clean this up, we are going to create a con, and maybe even a con here, so it's easier to see that we have feedback here. And we need to know what the delay time is, and we need to find out the feedback value. The delay time is going to be dependent on the pitch. So we will convert the pitch to milliseconds. For this I create another node. The input is going to be pitch, which we convert first to hertz, and then we divide 1000 by the hertz, And that's the output in milliseconds. I just press O here, so that creates an output. That's it. So yeah, this is milliseconds, and this is pitch to milliseconds. Not Ö, pitch. I'm Hungarian, I know what Ö means. Nothing, it's just a character. So yeah, we have the delay time, and we need a feedback value, which we will give from the outside. And so yeah, this is a clean patch now. And we are going to create the ramp here. And we need the pitch. And I'm going to create a knob here, like this. And for the pitch we need a MIDI note. And we can input it. And if I hit a pitch, I hit a key already, and you can see how the noise changed. And what I want to do is to multiply this trigger by the white noise source. So we also get negative values. And this way we have a pretty nice ramp. If I freeze it, then we can see that it releases a ramp. Yeah, it just works. So this is our basic contact part. What we want to have is a filter here, and it's going to be a low pass filter, and it's going to use the pitch input as a keyboard tracking value, and I'm setting it somewhere, so we are dampening the contact, so it's not that harsh. Fine. We can listen to this already. It's not that interesting yet, but I maybe set it a bit higher. But one can feel that it's close to something like a string. The string is going to have another car plus strong patch, so I'm simply copy pasting it here. But we are going to extend it by a filter. So we will have a filter in the feedback loop, a simple one-pole filter, which is going to have a fixed frequency. Yeah, heads to pitch is what I'm looking for. And we want to have, let's say, 10,000 Hertz here. So we will need the input, which is going to be the contact. So I call this CNT, like contact. We will need the pitch input, and we will output this thing. And I will set this feedback as my ear tells me, but the minimum is going to be 0.9. Nice. And I create a bypass pitch here, so I can plug this like this. And the output is going into the cone. And one more thing I want to do is to multiply this guy by the gate. So I create a gate input like this. And if I hit a key now, I should slowly start to hear something, except that I don't have a feedback value yet. Nice. Set this to polyphonic. Nice. So this is already sounding okay. Maybe I wanna do something about the velocity, so this contact node can have some input for velocity, and I think I'm going to input it to this filter. No, not like this, but maybe as a modulation source, so I'm going to multiply this by something and I'm going to insert it as a cutoff modulation like this. And I create a knob so I can fine tune it for myself like this. Oh, it's not connected, that was the problem before. Okay, then I don't need this part here. And just connect it to the velocity like this. And also I want to change the density of the noise based on the velocity. So I'm creating a crossfader, and if the velocity is high, it's going to output 0.99. If it's low, it's going to output, let's say, 0.8, and I need to have it on the opposite, so the density should be lower if the velocity is high, actually. Like this, it should work. Yeah, this should be nice. Nice. And here I want to have some high pass filtering. So I'm using the high pass output of a 1-pole filter and set it to taste. Nice. Okay. Sorry for messing around with this. Okay, now we are going to create a body, which is something like resonances created by the string. It's by the body of the string. So we will need the input, the audio input, and we are going to use comb filters here, simple comb filters with delay time and some feedback value like 0.1 maybe lower. We are going to multiply this by a constant, and we are going to add this together, and I'm creating some copies. like this. And this will have delay times of 1 millisecond, 3, 5, 13 and 19, which are prime numbers. And as we go far away from the zero delay, we are making it less loud and even turn into negative. And 0.2 and minus 0.1 maybe. The idea is this is almost, if these were delays, this would be a simple convolution, like a short 5 sample long impulse response, but since we have these feedback times, it's different. Because this way it's a lot longer. So it's not finite, it's infinite. And there we have an output. I can set this to higher values like 0.5, 0.8, 0.4, 0.3 and 0.5 once again. Okay. With body, without body. And one more thing I want to do is to create a filter bank. So I'm going to use a filter 2p here. And hertz to pitch. And a constant of, let's say, 0.5. No, simply an input as resonance. And I could create something like a multiplier for each delay time here. And fine-tune the size of this body. Sorry for double clicking. So this is going to be size. And I can insert a knob here. Between 1 and 2 maybe. And if we can go to 0.5 even. Yeah, I like this. And this part is going to be a filter bank. And it's going to have like several filters that we are going to add together. So I'm just making copies of this structure here. Let's say 5 filters, because everyone will do 6 or 8 or 4. I do 5. And actually I did 6, so I'm like everybody. Nice, and I'm going to add these guys together. No, with a mixer. Like this. So, yeah. Another mixer. And add the 2 mixers together. And here I set the frequencies to, let's say, 60, 150, 300, 1000, 3000, and let's say 8000. And create I created many inputs. Unfortunately, that's not what I want. I just need one resonance for all of these filters. And that's it. I just need to create a knob for that. And I think I'm going to go with 0.5, but I'm not sure yet. Nice. And let's set these values so that it sounds nice. This is like a parametric EQ now, a non-parametric. Okay. And one more thing we want to do is to multiply this velocity value by another input, which is going to be called mod. And for this I'm going to create a control, and I'm going to connect a MIDI controller to it, like this. And this should also control the volume. So yeah, one more multiply comes here. And that's going to be multiplied by this value, velocity and mod together. And it's a bit cleaner like this, and I think here we are finished with this patch, because from here on it can only get more complicated. So just grab this patch and have fun with it. I think it's fun to use, and I think Alpha Forever is pretty fun to use, and yeah, I hope you guys will have fun with it, and I hope I will see you in episode number 26 as well. And thanks for watching. Download the patch, have fun, happy noding guys, bye bye.